So, I want to do a frequently asked questions video for learning to fly paramotors here at Northern Skies. Now, the most frequently asked question we hear is how long does it take to learn to fly a paramotor? And it's a hard one to answer. Everybody picks things up at a different rate. Some people can, pick up the practical side really quickly, but maybe struggle with the bits of theory that we need to understand. Others may have a good concept and able to fly the aircraft really well, but might struggle with a certain part, maybe takeoffs, landings, ground handlings. Everyone's different. At Northern Skies, we don't say you've got a set amount of days to learn to fly. What we do is we say that, right, you signed up for a course, you've got a full year to pass that course. And that may take you 10 days, it may take you 30, 40 days worth of training. But what we're looking to do is get you to a certain competency level instead of sort of putting time limits on things. Now, what we do ask is that you are committed to learning to fly. What we don't want is people that are going to rock up, that I'm not going to see them for a couple of months, come back again, because that's just going to be, it's going to be hard to keep the currency up that's required. Every day you come back, we're just going to be recovering what you did the last time you was here. So if you're going to learn to fly, you need to be able to at least sort of confidently say that you can be visiting us at least once a week, or at least booking in at least for once a week. And that means that you've got the currency that you need to complete your training course and pick things up in a reasonable time frame. So on average, I would say it takes anything from 10 to 15 days to get up and fly in from having no experience at all. Now, another question we get is, what is the difference between the courses that we offer? So if you're learning to fly and you've not done any flying before, you've probably seen that there's two courses that we offer, the Club Pilot Paramotor course and the Pilot Paramotor course. So we're a BHPA school, which means that we follow the BHPA Paramotor syllabus, which is in this book here. And as we move through the course, we're going to move through this syllabus, signing things off as we go. The BHPA syllabus has two sort of major stages that you go through as you're training. We have the Club Pilot stage, which is the first part of your course. Now, the Club Pilot stage is about getting you to the point where you can take off, fly around locally, land, all confidently, competently and safely. And by the time you get up to your Club Pilot rating, you should be able to do that out of the school environment. So if you just want to be able to take off and fly around your local area, the Club Pilot course is the one for you. Now, a lot of people want to go cross-country. So with a Club Pilot rating, you are restricted to being within sight of your airfield. If you want to go on some longer cross-country flights, we offer the full Paramotor Pilot course. So with a Paramotor Pilot course, the first part is exactly the same as a Club Pilot course. Once you've got your Club Pilot rating, we'll try and persuade you to go and do a bit of flying with me taking a step back. It's like anything, you don't learn to drive a car until you pass your driving test and your instructor isn't sat next to you. It's the same concept for flying a paramotor. So I'll try and get you to go off, do a bit of flying, get a few hours under your belt once you've got your Club Pilot rating, and then we're going to revisit the cross-country side of flying a paramotor. And we're going to do it properly. We're going to cover the air law, understanding air maps, understanding how to properly plan a cross-country flight. It's not just going to be a case of looking at GPS and following an arrow. We're going to teach you how to be proper cross-country paramotor pilots. Another question we get asked is, why should we choose a BHPA paramotor course? So there's quite a few reasons. Obviously, you could just buy your paramotor off eBay, have a good understanding of air law, and then take off and have a go at taking off and try and teach yourself. But at the end of the day, paramotoring is a form of aviation, and it can be quite dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. But if you want to have a nice, safe, long career in flying a paramotor, giving yourself a thorough sort of basis of knowledge, some good skills, some great decision making, and that's only really going to come from learning from mistakes of the past, and working with a good instructor. Now, the BHPA have a process of becoming an instructor. You know, there might be some guys out there that wake up one morning and think, right, I'm going to be a paramotor instructor today. Whereabouts with the BHPA, you've got to do your time as an apprentice, as a trainee instructor, working in another school. You've then got to do your time as a qualified instructor. You've then got to do your time as a senior instructor before you're allowed to take on opening up your own paramotor school. And all this time you've got courses and things like that. So first and foremost, I would say if you go for a BHPA school, at least you know your instructor's got some sort of qualification. They're insured through the BHPA's insurance, and they're going to get their school inspected on an annual basis to make sure that the equipment is safe, the equipment's been checked, you know, all the paperwork is up to date, and that you're following through the syllabus and not skipping through parts of the syllabus. And at the end of the day, the BHPA do a lot for paramotoring. So supporting the BHPA, becoming a BHPA member is a good idea to help the sport in general. Another question is why choose Northern Skies? Yeah, good question. Well, I've been teaching paramotors since I started as a TI at 18, working in different schools around the country. I then moved to Spain and was living in Spain teaching paramotoring full time. And we are sort of 17 years on from that. So I've got 17 years of experience teaching paramotoring. I've been the British champion. I'm involved in the British team. I'm the head of training for the British team. So I don't like to blow my own horn, but I am quite experienced when it comes to paramotoring. And I love just offering the opportunity for people to learn this fantastic sport. We have our own private paramotor airfield. We've got a classroom. We've got all the best kit. So you don't need to train using your own equipment. And yeah, hopefully if you can just come and visit us, you will see what we're all about at Northern Skies. As I mentioned, people ask about, do you need your own equipment to train? No, we've got the equipment to take you up from no flying all the way up to your CP rating. You can use our kit, and I would recommend you using our kit until at least you're at the point whereabouts you're flying, so you're 100% sure that paramotoring is for you. Once you've got a bit of flying under your belt, you're welcome to complete the CP course on our kit. That's absolutely fine. But I would start recommending you to look into getting your own equipment. We work with a range of the biggest and the best paramotor and wing manufacturers in the UK, so we can tailor make a package that's put together with you in mind, with the sort of flying you see yourself doing, your sort of strengths and your weaknesses, and we can sort of get the perfect package for you. Or you can go second hand. If you go second hand, though, all I ask is that you sort of involve me in the process. There's some great bargains to be had with second hand. There's some kit that is completely, no good. It's dated, or you may, require something that's lighter and less power, and don't want you to end up with something with too much power. So there's lots of different options, and I would just ask that you involve me in the kit buying process so I can help you along the way, and make sure you leave Northern Skies with a good knowledge base, good skills, and the right equipment for you to go off and enjoy paramotoring. If you've got any questions, please get in contact with us. And if you want to come and visit the field, speak to me, speak to some of our students that are learning, get an idea what we're all about, you're always more than welcome to do that. Cheers.